wanted. He wanted a haircut bad. I remember that. He like the first kid I ever seen with razor bumps, my nigga. When I tell you BDG
Ew.
and
Razor
cavity
bump.
seeds, what? I am not playing. Like them niggas ain't get them no brush or
Razor bump.
nothing. Like, let me tell you
Damn.
something about Jersey. If anybody in here from Jersey, they know what I'm talking about. One thing is for certain: if your waves ain't spinning, it's because you got cornrows. So that's a thing. Them
Yeah.
BDBs, we used to light his ass up. That
Oh
was one
yeah,
thing
I
his
remember them
attitude.
days though.
He
The
was like,
niggas
my
used to
uncle
get
gonna come
fired the
and take
fuck
me.
up.
Yep, my uncle gonna take me to the barbershop. We ain't never seen his uncle come. Last I seen him, that nigga was
Mm.
fresh out the mental hospital. Talking
Oh
about they locked him up. He told us they locked him up because they said he had hepatitis. He said he got out because
yeah,
that he
I
said
believe
that
that
he
hepatitis.
proved that it was a lie, and that's how he got out the hospital. That's what he told me out of his mouth into my
Oh.
ears. Personally, he told me that the reason he was locked up in the mental institution was not because he did nothing to that little girl, was because he had they lied and said he had hepatitis. But
Yeah, and that nigga was smearing
when
shit
he
all over
proved
the
he
place. See that,
didn't
You
have
went
and
to a
that's
it,
mental
probably why he was
hospital for
doing it.
he said
hepatitis.
they
Boy,
let him
sit
out.
your ass there.
That's what
Yeah.
he told us. That's
Hmm.
my word is bond, y'all.
Boy,
That's my
See, they
word is
was fence
bond.
babies, man. So he been shitting in the yard, man. He been
Yeah.
doing that shit ever since y'all was shorties, man. They been doing that shit.
That's been
Them
his.
folks,
Yep.
they get put on punishment,
Been
get
his
put outside. Don't come
Yo,
in the
he
house
was
well,
till we say.
he said, "Let
yeah,
me."
he
now
was
the
my
only reason why he do it
introduction
now
to
because
it.
his booty loose and he just drop it out.
Oh my
So that's what
god.
it is now.
He
Wow.
was my introduction to uncircumcised penis. We didn't even know nothing about
Oh.
we didn't know
What?
nothing about penises
Ew.
or vaginas or nothing like that. But like I
Oh,
told y'all, they got into a fight that day because Leo told us that he said Eli mad because the bishop said we can't get our hoodie cut off. I didn't even know nothing about like we were, that was at the age
they
where we like,
hoodie.
ew. We wasn't into titties and shit like that. This nigga
No,
was
y'all
always
was
lusting
shorties and shit.
over this nigga was
Hmm.
lusting over his mama titties and shit. And
Oh
she
my
was an
god.
older white lady. Like she wasn't even attractive. It was
Hmm.
weird.
She up there
She's
looking
not
like Roseanne and shit.
Mm.
no, she was kind of she looked kind of ill. Like she looked like she was hungry always. Like real malnourished. One of them type. That's probably why
Wow.
he liked them like that. For
Hey,
real.
did anybody get any? Did anybody get any word on Malia?
No,
Nope.
I hadn't
Mm-mm.
seen nothing.
Last update I seen, her family said they ain't heard from her, and when they called her, it went straight to voicemail.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
Damn.
Man, she
And yeah,
probably in the
that.
closet. She
Let
probably
me
ain't
see. I
gone
did.
home.
Nah, I'm okay right now, Big Mo. Big Mo was actually talking about that I want to switch off to another host. Nah, I'm still up in this shit.
Bro,
You
bro,
sleep.
I fuck
You
with
look like
you.
you sleep.
World, I fuck with you.
No, world be sitting back, man. He be chilling and shit. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
some people be hitting me up. They be thinking I'm really world, real sister. Like, nah, that's just my dog. Somebody was like, "Well, the way you jumped into that fight when that nigga was pointing his fingers, I was dying laughing."
Man, but I
Yeah,
swear to
baby, you
God,
got about it. You came through
I'm
the
gonna meet
camera.
Carlos one day, and I'm gonna tell Carlos, man,
I
I'm
fuck
sorry
with
them
my
folks
people.
shitted all in your front yard like that, Carlos. You know what I'm saying? Like we was trying to make fun of them so they would stop doing that, and they done fucked them trees
No,
up. Them
thank
little
Yeah.
banana plants y'all had growing over there and shit. Them motherfuckers is gone, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Because
that nigga dirty. He used to got him throw them rocks into them trees and knock them squirrels down.
you.
And I never ever seen him open one up, but he always said he would. Like he always said he was going to. Like he
Mhm.
was always intrigued with like the raw heart and
Wow.
stuff like that. And he used to say like warriors do this. Like that was always he used to have a cape on. And he was like a warrior. Like that was another big
He
thing for
had
him.
on a cape.
Yeah, he always had a cape. Like he used to zoom. I told y'all before he
yeah,
used
he
to
thought he
zoom.
was a
World, remember I
superhero.
told you
That
he was
nigga used to
always
run with
zooming?
his arms behind him and shit.
Yeah, he used to zoom a lot. He's not fast at all.
Boy,
His fat
swerve.
ass
You know what I'm
booty cheeks
saying?
used to be.
Mhm.
That
I just
nigga
bet.
thought he was a superhero, man. He thought he was an X-Man and shit. The
That is the one
fuck?
thing he been doing all his life is running away. Like that's the one thing that I can't say.
Stinky
He been
man.
doing
That's
that
what his
shit for
name
a
would have
long time.
been.
He been running
Funk
away for a
man.
long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stink ass. Yeah, he used to stink. Them motherfuckers used to be at church, yo. They would leave church at like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., be back at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's
Whew.
12 of y'all in that house. You ain't gonna tell me all of y'all washing y'all ass, sleeping, eating all
Nah,
of that
man.
is
They,
tired.
when they be at
Yeah,
church
what
like that,
happened? Yep.
Come
man.
on now.
My
Yeah, I'm
cousin
just
and went to a
asking.
church like that. I spent the night over their house one time. We was at
Okay.
How
church
was it?
all motherfucking day. I was like, man, I ain't never spent the night over this
Shit
motherfucker again.
dreadful, right? Like what the fuck?
Nah, my daughter, she thought that she was gonna be a damn holy roller 24 hours a day. I said, wait a minute, baby, wait a minute, hold on. You gotta clean up this goddamn house.
You
God
know what
wants
I'm saying? Like I'm not finna be there. I would have been glad to go home and do some chores and shit. We was at that motherfucker all day. It was
Yeah.
nighttime we left that
Man,
motherfucker. I
they was
was
there
like,
all day. And this kind of church, this was like, bro, you couldn't walk up to that church and just walk up in there.
un-
You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like this was a weird kind of. This is not like
yeah, you gotta be
it
a
was like
member.
you would come if you were invited. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
know
you couldn't
some
walk up in there. They
grandma.
wasn't doing shit for the community, but they had their hands in everything. Every rehab, adoption
Yeah.
center, children's
Mhm.
thing. Like you know what I mean? All of that
Mhm.
shit right there. They had their hands in every rehab. All like,
Mhm.
but we never seen them giving out no turkeys. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't giving out no
Mhm.
Christmas
I'm
toys.
like
Like they
Nino
wasn't doing
Brown,
shit for the
nigga.
community,
Come get a
taking
turkey.
advantage.
But
Facts, like
I bet the pastor was lit. I
yeah, they
bet the
was
pastor
weird.
was lit.
Yo, this motherfucker pressed my grandma so hard one time not to call the police over a dumbass fender bender.
Mm.
I told y'all we went to Six Flags like 3 times that week. I'll never forget that. like, like mad weird. Like, why you don't want her to call the police over a fender bender? You know, like
Yeah,
they
because
were
they
like
ain't want
that
them to look
dumb.
into what's going on in that motherfucker. That's
Hell
what it is.
no.
That
Yeah.
part. Yep.
We don't need
They're
these
Yeah,
asking me
folks around here
questions.
snooping around and shit, looking
sketchy.
into
Like
Yeah.
what's
even
going on. Nature
like
Boy
one of the
would have
boys.
been sending smoke signals. He'd have been writing messages with his feet in the motherfucking ground and shit.
Right, like
So Clubfoot was wearing them church shoes every day though.
one of the boys that used to live. Yeah, he did. One of the boys that used to live there, his name is Waymon
I'm
Bishop, right?
so
This motherfucker,
excited.
he won't even address that he's
And
related
it
to
was
them.
fast as
Like,
lightning.
I'm like, I don't know, maybe something was strange that went on in that house. Because he acts like, bro, I seen you. I was there. I know, like, I know. He like, nah, man. I don't know, bro. I'm from Miami. Like, what
Mm.
the fuck? So,
Eh,
I don't
He
know.
said he was from Miami.
You from my
Yeah, he like,
See
nah.
what Clubfoot
What?
told you?
He like, nah, bro. His name Waymon Bishop, and
Mm.
he was adopted with
Wow.
them too. But he don't fuck with them at all. He won't even address or acknowledge. Like,
mm.
not even me. Other people that we grew up with, they try to hit him up, and he shut everybody down. Like,
He
fuck
is like,
y'all.
I
I
don't
don't
even
know
want
none
to
of y'all. I'm fucking
I
with
want to
y'all.
talk to
Fuck that. I
nobody
don't know
anymore.
Eli.
None of
Yeah,
y'all.
Leo. Who? What? Bishops?
Right.
What? My last name is
Mm.
such and such. I'm like, oh, okay,
Mm.
nigga. Cause he the
Yeah.
one. He got the juice. He know what's up.
Yeah.
Mm.
He
They had
just
a lot of. They had a bunch of little black kids
away.
up in there, but they also had their own little white kids too. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
it can get terrible. At me being a foster mom, converting over to an adoptive mom. Like when I was a foster mom, that shit is so hectic. I mean, it's hectic for the kids and for the what's name, because it's some kids that actually don't want to be loved. They want to be loved by their actual biological parents.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they make it so difficult for you to love them. They
right,
will do any and everything. And I think this is what Nature Boy was. I think it was like difficult
right.
it was like difficult
No,
for him to accept love because the person that he really wanted to love from was
right.
not giving it to
And
him.
I could feel that because listen, right? I had a situation when I was younger, right? I did a little stint in foster, but I had an uncle that fought for me, and just like changed his whole life for me, right? But I was just so
Mhm.
adamant on, you're trying to keep me away from my mom, and I'm gonna get back to her, right? And one day he told me, like, look, I done told you what it is. Now you take your ass over there, and whatever the fuck you go through, that shit is on you. And I'm like,
Mhm.
whatever. I'm going to tell mama, y'all not gonna keep me from her. When I tell you that I'm not gonna go into details, but this shit is what changed my whole life around, grew me the fuck up, and taught me what the difference between an enabler and somebody that really cares is. So I
Mhm.
Yeah.
understand that. I understand having somebody that love you, but you not being
Mhm.
receptive. But when you gain a knowledge yourself and grow up it come a time where you gotta see shit for what it is. You gotta pay homage to the real motherfuckers that put in that work, and you gotta keep it real with yourself. If you
Yeah.
don't keep it real with yourself, you're not gonna fucking grow. And them bitches, they need to be institutionalized, and they need hardcore therapy
Yeah.
because something ain't fucking right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you right about that shit.
You
Cause
Yeah.
understand? I went through a lot of shit that I could have avoided if I would have been receptive to the love that I was getting. But I was blessed because I had a motherfucker that was like, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna let her crash, and I'm gonna be here when she get back. You
like
understand? But I'm gonna let her crash. Fuck
my
that.
adopted child, you know what I'm saying? He's just like my family now. Like he's just my. Yeah, I mean, from the first time I saw him, you know, it was like I had him myself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when, you know, the parents, when I was his foster mom, and the parents was supposed to come and visit, they would never show up. And
Mhm.
it was mainly the mother. Like the daddy would show up sometimes, and um, even when they're in foster care, the biological parents, they still have too many rights for me.
Right.
Right.
You gotta, you know, you can't cut their hair unless the biological parents say they can, you know, not until you gotta go to court and they lose their rights. And I mean, I
Yeah,
was
was a whole
talking
lot of hoops in that, huh?
all over.
Right. And then the worst part about it is the one that's stepping up and giving them all that love is the
Mm-hmm.
same one they being resistant to. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and it's like
That's
that
true.
shit is, and
That's
it's the selfish in the motherfucker. It's
yeah.
really just the selfish in the motherfucker, really. For and I feel like when somebody is like, for example, Velvet, I'm not even trying to throw her under the bus, just using it as an example. Like
Nah, you
you're
could throw
going
that. You
through
could throw
all
her
of this,
model head ass under the
Oh
bus.
yeah.
Run.
you're going through all of this, and you haven't grown at all, not even a little bit. You need help. You there
See,
is something that is wrong chemically or not, I don't
on a
know, but you need
party.
to be institutionalized and not in the care of a young woman,
She
because
don't
when
want
you
to see
raise
nobody,
predators
mama.
who have no help, no acknowledgement, no kind of nothing, they turn into fucking predators. Look at
Mm.
Nature Boy.
Eliana is like a damn handbag to her. Where she
Yep.
Right.
you know, put stuff in it and put it down and, you know,
Right.
and change up, you know, and leave it at home and carry her just a little wallet. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Right.
it
Get
is
a
to her.
couple dollars for her. Like
Man,
Nature Boy,
you
this
can open up
motherfucker.
your pussy and while your baby is in there and take dick, you know what I'm saying? You one of the most horrible people in the world.
Right. And then like, it's crazy. Like Nature Boy, this motherfucker, he oh, I'm just so disgusted.
Hmm.
Ugh, I'm just so
Yeah.
fucking disgusted.
Well, he's a little nasty creature.
Yeah, he is disgusting.
I'm in disgusted. Like that, want to claim prison so bad, old motherfucking bitch ass nigga. You are on your way there. Please believe. And all that shit that you done make believe is gonna come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even though
Just
that
saying.
bitch nigga can't read, I'm still sending him hella hate mail.
Yep.
Oh,
You
okay.
gon' he gonna end up having to pay for a lot of the shit that he done did. You know, I ain't here to judge a motherfucker when it comes to shit like that, but here in the flesh, motherfucker, you gonna have to pay, my nigga.
Right.
But
You have to pay for all the little dumb shit you did.
Like,
You gonna run into the wrong motherfuckers. You thought them
right,
motherfuckers beat your ass in Nicaragua or wherever the fuck you got beat on that ain't gonna be shit what you got coming though.
right. For
really,
example, Nature Boy got thrown into that mental institution after he got caught on top of that girl, whatever. But before you did whatever you did on that day, you almost took the girl nipple off. You got them bust her
Damn.
fucking lip. You pulled a patch of her
Whoa.
hair out. All that shit was done, and them people were enabling you and help pacifying you, bro. That shit gonna come to an end. Ain't nobody finna keep pacifying this goddamn bitch ass Bati boy. You gonna
yeah.
pay for that
Hmm.
shit.
Real shit.
That baby, y'all not gonna get away with. That's a fucking bull-faced lie. Y'all ain't went to no hospital, and I don't know what the fuck y'all think this is, but somebody is gonna pay
Yeah.
for that shit.
They ain't
Hmm.
went to no damn hospital because okay, she said that she went into labor. Everybody else said that they had a stillborn that they didn't even go into labor. Like what the hell? I
Right?
mean,
It ain't no
Word.
labor. Thank you. Ain't no labor when
uh,
you have a stillborn. And furthermore, you gonna tell me I went to the hospital. They told me I had to go to the hospital where I've been getting checkups. Bitch, if you knew you was having a baby and you was overdue, you would have already knew exactly where you was going and you would have had your
When
bag packed.
you are
And
that
furthermore,
late,
the baby heartbeat don't just go from 0 to 100 dead.
yeah.
The doctors, the nurses, they would have been alarmed. They would have either rushed you to a C-section. They would have had some kind of plan and action. You mean to
When
tell us
you
everything was
that
all good,
late,
the baby was healthy, and then it just flatlined? Bitch, stop
when
playing
you
with
that
me.
late,
Y'all would have a hospital bill,
come
something.
on now, come on. When you that late in the pregnancy, you go to the doctor every week. You go to the
Right.
doctor once a week. You don't go to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, following your own motherfucking understanding. When you are that
Right.
late in your pregnancy, you go every week. And I'm a bitch that know because I had four of my own and I got 10 grandkids.
Thank you. I had 6 kids, all natural, so I know something. Zoka ain't finna pull that shit over no real woman. We know
Yeah,
what's up.
no,
We
no.
So
know what's up. And then she goes to say everything all natural, but they gave me some medicine. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Stop playing with me.
Right.
I done had natural birth. Ain't no medicine. The only time I had to have medicine was when my baby was stillborn. Ain't no fucking natural birth when you delivering a stillborn. Don't fucking play with me, Zoka.
Because I didn't
Fuck
think the
you
baby
talk
could
about.
be, I didn't think the what's the name would move like that. Like, come
girl,
on,
somebody what?
Right. She's full of shit.
baby dead.
So I have a question. I have a question. Have any of the parents ever, like any of the parents of Carbonation members, ever went campaigning on the internet for their kids, like trying to get them back?
Velvet's parents. Well, Dalen's mama did
Velvet
some
dead and
fake
mama
little
ain't do
stunt,
shit. That bitch was
but
loud.
You said who?
Nubian mama did some little fake little stunt. But I think she just wanted money for her church because she gathered money and said to hell with them. So I
Right.
don't really know. But as far as I remember, Velvet's parents reaching out, and then that white girl, they rang the alarm for her ass. But
Yeah, they
other
went and
than
got
that, I
her.
can't
They went
say.
and got her ass.
Oh, please. Everybody white over there got away.
Right. And that's why I
Mm.
said our black babies are not enough. But if we could prove to the government that they fucking over some taxes or some kind of benefits, some kind of money, that's what they're gonna care about. But our black sisters and babies, they don't give a fuck about that shit.
No, they don't care about that shit.
And
Let them niggas do what they do. That's how they be looking
If
at it.
they did,
so
Right.
I've been
they
in
would
and
have
out
had
of
that shit stormed like they stormed the Capitol. Let
so
one
I've
of them
been in and
Right.
out of
go
stuff.
over there and get hurt and see what the hell happened.
So I've
All that
been in
shit,
and out of
you
this
know.
current stuff. Selena Mama, I think the last time I saw anything, they were saying she didn't want to go on the internet. But I think this week she's been all over the internet. So how did she get to being all over the internet?
Cause
Selena,
that's
let me
what
tell
she
you
do.
something. After Selena told me it's perfectly normal for a 2 year old to masturbate, and all my other kids masturbate, and I took them to the doctor, and the doctor said it was fine.
Wait
So
a minute,
that
she
don't
said
mean the baby was molested. After that bitch said that out of her mouth, almost verbatim, I've been done with her. Let
she
me
said
tell
all
you.
of her kids
Okay,
masturbate.
She
well,
said it's perfectly normal for a
mm,
2 year old to masturbate, and all of her kids did the same. She took them to the doctor, and the doctor
let,
said it was fine. And here
let,
come
She
people
sure
backing it
did.
up.
well,
Well,
bitch, you wrong.
an
Mm.
expert
You
said
wrong,
the
bitch.
experts is the same motherfuckers out here that's trying to
No.
normalize pedophilia in the first place. The same motherfuckers that's
Exactly.
Exactly.
trying to normalize
Exactly.
fucking homosexuality. So what the fuck is you talking
Should
about an
have sent
expert?
your
Miss
black
me with a
ass over
fucking
there and
expert.
went picked up your goddamn grandbaby and stopped all that bullshit trying to blame that damn lady for your slack. It ain't for you,
Mm-hmm.
for you being damn
I was
sorry ass
really
and
trying to
damn daughter
understand
sorry
her.
ass because she got that shit
Uh,
from you.
yeah, I don't get her at all.
Uh-uh.
You nobody will understand her. I don't even think this grown woman understand herself. Okay, so
But she's
there
selfish.
we have that.
A selfish ass woman. Because I peeped at it in the beginning because I was like, okay, that lady is not Velva's mama, that's her stepmama. I was like, okay, so what, like, where her real mama? This is when I'm just finding out,
Okay.
all about
That
this.
is the real mama.
I was like, where the real mama? And then when I ain't never see the real mama, I was like, what the fuck? And then the mama pops up. And this is what got me when she told the damn lie like she gave them people back their money. Baby, that's not how it works.
Oh,
When
right.
Eventbrite don't work like that. This is how Eventbrite works. You do not get that money until that show is over.
Mm.
They refunded those people. She didn't come out her pocket for shit. When she told that lie on ZS, what's her name, and, and I corrected her, and he said he cussed my ass out. I said, look
Yeah,
at
he a
that guy.
whole ass nigga though.
Yo,
Shit
let
to
me
be
So
tell you something.
expected
let me
from
get
a
this
nigga
straight.
like that.
Got his
I
damn
hate a
ass
motherfucker that
between his
goddamn police.
motherfucking legs and cussing me out of a bitch that he don't really know.
So
Right.
Yeah.
basically, she came to the internet to defend herself, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
He
She
was
was,
on his
if you
channel.
ask me, I think she was
But
doing like a cleanup. You know, she was cleaning up her mess, so to speak, because she went
making
behind the
herself
scenes and
look
started
guilty.
telling people, yeah, like Mama Wanda just snaked her with the information that she had.
Right.
Like we was like
Right. It
basically we was gonna
all
bring it to the internet when we wanted to, and Mama Wanda jumped the gun, but that wasn't the case. Mama
Mm-mm.
Wanda started saying shit, if you ask me, because they
Nope.
wasn't moving fast enough, and
Right.
she
thank
wasn't, you
you.
know,
And I,
shit,
thank
she
you,
couldn't sit
man.
back and not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
Right.
right.
And my
that
thing
shit
is
was so obvious.
your
I
daughter
just
just left a sex cult. So why would you even assume that anybody's trying to blame you? Like now, bitch, now you got me thinking. Cause what the fuck?
Exactly.
I
We
also
never
didn't
even
get.
was thinking you. She just left the whole sex cult with a fucking pedophile. But
Yeah.
now you looking sketchy, bitch. You talking about you trying to protect your sons and all your husband and what other shit. What? Your daughter just left a sex cult. To
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
me,
Right.
thanks for making yourself look sketchy. I don't trust you, honey.
I
And then the
Everyone
also
is
main
didn't.
talking
thing was
about
they was mad that Mama Wanda came over here and got more awareness than she, because she went on other people's shit before she came over here to world.
They
But she
ignored
didn't.
me.
right.
But
I'm gonna say
she didn't
they
get the
ignored me
awareness that
too.
she got over here. She didn't get the push that she got, and people was outraged. Like this is some
Right.
bullshit, man. Like
Yeah,
why ain't nobody listening to this
And it
lady?
wasn't. It
Right.
And that's why fat ass Master P got mad.
Yep.
Yep. So
yeah. I
look, the
just.
reason why she was
oh,
mad,
that's
because
why
while we was
Master P
on
got
there, I said to Mama Wanda, I said, Mama Wanda, I said, you need to be talking the world. Because at first Mama Wanda was like, the only lady I want to talk to is you when we get off of here. And I said to her, I said, I think you need to be talking the world. And apparently that was so disrespectful and I'm so uncouth. Who raised me? I can't even believe she would do that. But I'm thinking about really the baby and just the situation at hand. Like
Yeah,
I
man.
don't see Master Funky handling this. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't even trying to be shady.
I just feel
I'm
like it's
that
crazy. It's
kicked her
crazy how.
volley. She started
Yeah.
crying and
And
everything. And
right.
you
with
And
it,
didn't
Master
know what
Funky
the
mad because the shit went
world
from over
needs.
what she thought it
Wait a
was gonna
minute.
come over here, but it
Oh,
ended
they
up on
gonna
YouTube.
girl listen.
So she
right.
couldn't get no beans from that shit.
And
That's
not
why she
even
mad.
that, when she was saying, "Oh, I just want to talk to her," or whatever. I didn't like how Master Funky was coming at her. I was like, I said, look, I said, Mama Wanda, I know you don't know me or whatever, but I said, I think you need to holler at World. And I noticed she cut that part off every time she kept replaying the video with Mama Wanda. Like, you a real weak ass bitch. I wasn't
I
trying
did.
to be funny, but bitch, you is a fucking dumb, dizzy ass motherfucker. You
Mm-hmm.
can't
But in
handle this
all of
right here.
after all of this, what I noticed, and which is really crazy, that Mama Wanda was consumed by this, and
Mm-hmm.
Selena didn't seem like she was even moved.
Mm-mm.
Like this lady is overwhelmed over this. Even
Mm-hmm.
that, even that,
Yep.
like if that was my family, and I saw somebody on the outside was overwhelmed by my shit, that would
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
bother me.
That's gonna make me dive more into it. And then you always gotta
Right.
remember is like this girl just dropped this baby off at her doorstep for 4 days. It's like
Right.
some
And
that's
that
like
was it.
leaving the baby on the door and knocking on the door and running away. You open up the door, it's a fucking baby here. You know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying?
And
Like
that was another thing. Trolls, I seen them saying Mama Wanda was begging for her baby for clout. No, Mama Wanda didn't call on her. She came to Mama
she came to her
Wanda.
crib, exactly.
Thank
Yeah,
you. I'm
it's a
glad we
Mama
said
Wanda didn't
made
come
that
to
clear.
your crib and bring the baby back to her crib. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
it's
Like
a
you
it's a
came,
different
you
world.
reached out to her, you
It's
Thank
know,
a
you.
because
different world.
motherfuckers don't be knowing what they be doing until they do it.
Right.
So
Mama Wanda
Yeah,
did not say leave your baby here with no pampers, no clothes, and no plan and no idea what the fuck I got going on this week.
Yeah.
it's a different
Come on
world because
now.
my
First
mom
of
stayed.
all,
My
I
mom
wouldn't have
stayed
gave the
on me.
bitch 4 days. I wouldn't have gave the bitch 4 days before I called because I would have called about some other shit. I got
Right.
the baby. The baby is safe now. The baby has been in a cult and is just doing sexual shit. I'm scared of the
right.
baby. I need y'all to come get this baby out of my house.
And see, that's the
Man.
thing. Mama Wanda was trying to goddamn do right by them and have everybody in a decent situation. It's fucked up that it came around the body. That's why you can't look out for folks. You can't expect that everybody is going to do right because people out here
Mhm.
don't really be real right. Mama Wanda
Yeah.
didn't expect for that girl to go into hiding and for them to be like, oh no, they're trying to take her baby and all that shit. Who's going to expect another grandma to behave like that? Well, that's that girl baby.
But
Ain't
it's
that what
another
they
She
said?
thing.
was
Like
pregnant.
That's that
it should
girl
be a
baby. What kind
standard.
of grandma
She
talks
been
like
having an
that?
abortion. She
It
been
should
I
be
having
a
always
standard
knew
of
ZX was a hoe,
sexuality.
but this shit really just solidifies him being a fucking hoe in my eyes.
Yeah, he
what?
Cause
really is,
I'm,
bro.
cause how do you skip over the land of the pedophiles and it automatically get to Mama Wanda? And then
Thank you. I said that
Yeah,
somebody
I
earlier.
said
saw
it this
that. I
morning. They
saw
was
that.
like, even if that was the case that the baby was touched, it was still not Mama Wanda's place to put on the internet.
Yes, it was.
And you hear
Yes,
Selena
it
just said,
was.
like Candy said, and just like how Mac J said, the
But
main thing you kept saying was, I'm trying to protect my sons. Why are you trying to protect your sons? Why would you have? Why do you feel like you have something to
Right.
protect in this whole
Right.
child messed up
they
molestation
over
thing?
there
Because
sucking dick.
you
Man,
see, Mama
y'all
Wanda was
are
already
missing
saying,
it.
"Yeah, I'll
Y'all
go to
missing
jail
it.
for this shit."
But I want
The
to
Y'all are
baby just left the
missing
elaborate
it.
on what
sex cult.
Josie said.
Wait, wait.
I want to elaborate on what Josie said. Josie,
Hmm?
I'm with you. Come get this baby from my house now.
Right.
Okay?
I
Now.
don't even
Exactly.
understand why
Exactly.
Wanda. I think that's the only mistake she made that she didn't call earlier. Because first of
Right.
all, I would
But they had
She didn't
already
know
been
till the third
texting.
day.
They
She
had
didn't have
already
anything
been
till the third
texting.
day.
nights with her, and I wouldn't give a fuck who hate me because after I heard that she had sex in front of that baby
Yeah.
been in
Um,
child protective services.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I would
Yeah,
sorry,
have
I
been
agree.
say
and
that
I'm not
bitch
trying
from
to
the
sound.
morning, and then I would have got on live and said the baby's safe. I called
But
child
that's the
protective
Right.
Now,
thing.
no, I
because
wouldn't
the
have
mama and the daddy and everybody else's shit. Mm-mm.
Right.
called.
I'm
And
not
look,
trying to sound weird, but like I have had instances where I've
Oh,
had to
that's
either change the person I'm dating, the person that I'm with for like X amount of years. She had a child and she trusted me and cleaning her baby, whatever. And I'll always tell her I don't feel comfortable wiping a newborn baby girl's butt, but whatever.
yeah.
She's like, if she pees, you do that, but if she shits, I gotta do that because I gotta go in and clean up and
thank you. You
everything
got to
else.
get in the nook
So
to cranny.
so when people keep
Yeah.
saying, "Well, what happened in the last 3 days?" You do know a baby doesn't shit almost every single day.
Especially
Like
when their diet is
I
not stable.
and
Yeah.
Exactly.
especially when they're like pimped up, they're backed up and shit, and then
And
they
especially
and
as a 2 year old baby too.
constipated
You know what
and
I'm saying?
shit.
Like
Yeah,
she two
like
Right.
years old, so you potty training or getting them
yeah.
to be potty training around that age. You see what I'm
Who
saying?
who's to say that if the
See,
baby
I
did
can't.
something in her pants to where Mama Wanda really had to clean in there, and then
Right.
once she really cleaned in, that's when she made the okay cool. Like that's what I'm saying. People
Right.
keep thinking it's like ugh.
This
And
is
the only thing
another
I can't
thing.
Have
speak
to do
on is
all
all my
that for
children were potty
PG.
trained before one. So I don't really know what it is to clean a 2 year old. But I imagine it's got to be a little messier because you got to get up in there. And everybody knows that. It's not
Yeah.
like you're examining and violating a child. You have to clean a little
Yeah.
girl if she
This is
soils
the
herself.
thing. Fuck all of that. If the baby cootie was open and all of that stuff, the baby has been abused, and the baby, she wouldn't even got a chance to get that baby back from me.
Right. Self
I'm
admittedly
Right.
by the mother,
be
she was
dead
abused.
ass. I would have
That's
been
right.
so. I don't care. If they would have called me the grimiest bitch on earth. I'd have been like, and yeah, I saved the baby. Fuck y'all.
Yep. Yep. And look, I
Come
said this
on.
on YouTube early, but I'm gonna say it again here. Like, for example, if I walk into my home, right, and it's 100 people in my fucking living room, and somebody stand up and say, "Candy, I think your daughter was violated," I'm gonna be
Mhm.
upset. You know understand? I'm gonna be upset. You ain't have to do this in front of 100 people, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna snatch my fucking daughter up, and we going to see what the fuck is going on. Period. I
That's
will worry
facts.
about being upset later because
Yep.
right now the issue at hand is my child. And that's the shit that baffles me about them. I don't
Stop.
understand how the
So
baby is not first and foremost. You worried about
PTSD when
proving
he
how you're
came
not at
back.
Hey,
fault,
wait, wait,
how I'm
wait.
not to blame. But
Like
what about
mother,
the
like
baby?
daughter.
When
I
that
was
dude
so
earlier,
that's. Go ahead. I'm
that dude,
sorry.
that dude earlier that World had on that was talking about him or whatever, and it was like one clip where he said the investigation starts with Wanda, and I'm like,
That's what
okay, that's
that's what
still
Miss Wanda wants.
That's
Yeah,
still
she
gonna be an
said it.
But
investigation. So
why
why
does the
does that need to be
investigation start
said?
4 days at Wanda's and not years at a sex cult with a
But why
fucking
does it need to be
Right.
pedophile
said? Why
who
does
Come
it
had
need
on
to be
now.
said? Just do
Bruh.
investigation.
and listen, those records are sealed to the public, to us. But the
Mhm.
FBI and them motherfuckers, they know where he was institutionalized. And the
Mhm.
people who grew up
Um,
with us know as well.
And
So
he
you
has a
get the
Yep.
you
fuck
They
history.
out of here
you
now.
know what I
He
find
has a
Come
funny
on
history of
too
now.
sexual violation.
is that everybody keeps putting these accusations about, well, accusations because it's public knowledge, and World has already debunked. When I first watched World's videos, he actually took a video that another channel holder did, and he broke down how this is bullshit. Let me show you what the real facts are. Let me show you what the real receipts. So
Right.
ZX, you not really showing nothing new that all these other channel holders ain't
Hell
exposed.
no,
But
not a
what's
fucking
funny is
thing.
World, I never knew that this nigga ZX was about to give this nigga $5,000. Oh, no, excuse me,
Th-
$50,000.
that he don't
oh
have.
You
Who
that,
gonna get that
that's
man
why
no
God,
$50,000?
Nate.
He was just
honestly,
trying to
that's why,
smoke.
and what's
I'm in a
scary is
bind,
that
Nate.
also proves my point that I made on Master Pussy's platform one time, because they was talking shit about World, and I came on and I was like, you know what, I found it funny that once World get Nature Boy's ass and gets this nigga on the hunt, and this nigga Nature Boy barely fucking shows up, all y'all niggas want to start coming at World because they may want to take money out your pocket, and they got me out of there quick, and I'm like, no, that's some real shit. Look at ZX.
Right.
As soon as this shit start really targeting Nature Boy,
Yep.
here's ZX come fucking trying to, oh
Right.
well, I'm with Mama Wanda's side, nigga.
Yep.
I mean, Selena's side, nigga. Who cares?
Right.
Let's get the
His
baby
stupid
check.
ass.
Right.
And
He
at the
Let's
think
end
get
of
the
the
his
baby
day,
think,
check.
think
they
Selena gonna give him some
I have
coochie
never heard
points.
ZX say, I'm pushing him to go get the baby check. If you really care, nigga,
right.
keep
He
telling
didn't have
Selena,
had no
fuck your kids,
baby.
get the
If he
baby check.
actually had
Thank
fifty
you.
thousand dollars,
Mm.
he would have probably gave that man $50,000. But it wouldn't have been to get no land. It would have been because he want to get fucked. He want to get
They
some
It's
keep on
pussy
they keep on
on the
funny.
getting
regular.
they keep
It
on
wouldn't
getting
have
on her
been because of no
description.
damn land.
They keep getting on
I'm
her description
and
of
and
what
this
she said
and
she
this
saw.
nigga. Sorry, go ahead.
They keep getting on the description of what she said of what she saw. But anytime you're a witness of anything, don't you need to describe what the fuck you saw? If I saw a
Right.
fight, I'm gonna say who hit who first.
Right. And notice
That's
she didn't
Jacqueline's
up and
thing. New Orleans
deliver it.
people,
She
we
just
are just too descriptive.
right. And then get this though.
But
She
that's just
didn't
us.
get descriptive until
Wait.
Right.
Wait,
people
who
were
said that?
battling her. Until
Right.
people were pushing her to it. It's not like she came out with it like she was lusting over some shit. And that's what people
Right.
need to get the fuck together. She came
Selena,
out
you
with them
the
It's just
details
fuck
when
when
she
we in
felt like
shock.
people
It's
were
like
coming
fuck.
for her.
I'm fucked
Selena,
up. Yeah.
you the same
Wait a
woman that
minute.
had velvet on your live with a
I
pimple
think
bump.
number six said something.
I'm
Mm.
sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, people from the city, like I don't know if it's something that just fucked us all up with Katrina, but I don't know, like we'll get like that. So where it's just like you'll just go too far. It's like, oh my God, it's so gruesome. But it's like, well fuck, I done seen so much. Well shit.
Right.
If
You just
if
keep
you
it
consider
real.
that gruesome, well damn.
I think
Fact.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
honey
think if you
buns.
black,
Yeah.
if you
Let me
Baby,
say
black,
something,
you
I'm
honey
gonna
should be
buns.
tell
Hey,
you
acting a
y'all.
fool.
right now.
Can I say something,
No
honey
hurricane
buns, right
is
quick?
gonna
Let me say
compare
something,
to a
honey
baby
buns, right
getting
quick.
molested.
Well,
Well,
let
not
Miss
that,
Me
but it's
speak.
just
Let
like
Miss Me speak
things
real
we
quick.
see.
Let me say
Like,
something, honey buns, right quick. Honey buns, you in New Orleans? You said,
mm-hmm.
look, world like DM him and ask him about Malia family and where they at. You would know if she's really there or not, or if Dusty them asked
I
her.
don't
Say,
think I don't think Malia is really from the city.
who
I think she from the outskirts. She probably from like the parish somewhere.
okay, well, I'm just saying he knows their locations. So if it's not close to you, fine. But I want to know if Malia is really at home or back to New Orleans. You see what I'm saying?
Me
Like you
too.
might know some people where she at or whatever. But if she's not near New Orleans, because I know how that city thing go.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
Right.
I think Malia from Slidell.
All right.
Yeah, she is from Slidell.
how far is Slidell
Cause
from New?
They
that's
ain't
what
far.
all
They
her
ain't far
people
from
things
the
say on
from the east.
Facebook.
That's about fuck 15 minutes from the east.
Okay, so that's like the outskirts. Like I say, stay in the
Yep.
outskirts of Atlanta. I don't exactly stay in Atlanta, but Atlanta is 12 minutes away from me.
That's like me.
Mm.
I used to stay in Palmetto, not quite Atlanta, but it's right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so
You
I just
wanna
want
know
to know
how
if she
Nature
at
Boy
home.
don't give a fuck about these women? What's so scary is when I was watching fucking Malia's video, the Malia's Nature Boy and Malia's going home video. She was saying, I'm afraid to go back home because the vaccines and the martial law and the FEMA camps. This nigga skipped everything she said. It was like, you said you and your sisters had a bad relationship, so you're afraid to go back and get your ass beat by your sisters. I'm like,
And that's what
nigga,
it is. I told y'all that. I believe that
bruh.
too. She don't want to
I mean,
take
I believe it, but
accountability. He's an
it's like this
ignorant
girl was.
asshole.
Even if she was trying to escape the point of that, nigga, who the fuck are you to fucking project that shit on her? Then she just switched her entire argument. Was like, yeah, you're right, I am. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas are so fucking
But
weak.
that's the
Right.
thing, though. He
And it
creates
killed
an
me because
environment where they always have to walk on eggshells.
Can I
right.
say
And
this
he don't
about
even keep it real with who he is, but he trying to force somebody else to keep it real with them fucking selves. What?
can I say this about families? Families will fall out to the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's on site when I see that bitch at the cookout, you know.
Trust me, I know.
But once they don't went to stuff like this, once they
Yeah.
don't went
Oh
through
yeah, they
stuff
come
like
back
this,
together, man. You
and they
know.
want them home, they ain't about to fight that girl. They know that girl done been through a lot. They about to have that girl. Plus, that girl can fight her ass off anyway.
But my
I
thing
don't
is,
even think
see
they
Yeah,
how
want her
she
home
out there in
though.
the sand.
if
I
they
don't even
She a
see
think they
how
sand
want her
savage.
home for real. I
if
don't.
they see how she looked, they gonna let that shit go. She looked like she's knocking on death's door.
People done
I
already
think
let
they're
that shit
relieved
go.
she's not there. I don't even think they want her home, to be honest.
That's
Who?
wild.
I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just my observation by like the Facebook posts and shit that I see, the comments. I just don't think they even give a fuck. I think it's
And
like
so she
if she
said,
Why
comes,
do
she
why
comes.
people
If
crying
she don't, she don't.
and
It's
saying they
whatever.
want her to come home?
I feel like they don't really give a fuck. And
Yeah, they
honestly,
probably
they
I
feel
they
think
like
probably
I
I
think
think
she
yeah,
they feel
because
like when
pissed.
she
cause them
do come,
motherfuckers say they
it's
gonna come
gonna
back
be a
and go home so much they probably don't
no. I
care
don't
until
even.
she get home.
I
Come
mean,
home and
Malia's
we'll work
never.
with you.
She's never left and went back, but I do feel like they feel like when she do come home, it's gonna be a burden. It's just gonna be
Malia and
effort
them
that
people was
everybody
on
gotta
that girl,
put
was
in.
on did that panel with that girl. And them people said that girl sister said she not tripping on that shit.
Yeah, say
Yeah,
she
she could come home if she want, or she could
Yeah, she
whatever.
said
It's
she ain't
whatever.
tripping on that shit. She was like, man, I've
Right,
been here doing your job. I would love for you to
right.
fucking come home. Fuck.
right.
Malia just not. Malia don't want to be a woman. She don't want to take accountability, but at the same time, I don't think they tripping over it. Like
but my
you
thing
Damn,
is
know,
Malia,
in your
I
you
own
feel
left your
like the
mind.
door
kids
is
only to
open.
catch you left your kids only to catch downloads, two pieces of bread, and a face tap.
Yeah,
Damn.
Fuck out of
that's
here.
fucked up.
And yeah, at some point in her own mind, she gonna have to prioritize. Like, is home really that bad
Yeah.
versus this shit?
It's not bad. She just don't want to take accountability. That's all I think it is. I
I'm
don't
None
saying
even
of them
think
that's
home
it.
was
motherfuckers
never that
do.
bad. Because even
I'd
like
rather.
today, when he was trying to bait her into talking bad about her family, she couldn't for real. Come on now, if your family really dog you out, you gonna speak on that shit.
Yeah, but see,
I'd
You know?
he
rather.
wanted her to talk bad about her family with her looming to come back home, and her feeling like just like Buddy just said. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna try to throw to her like you really don't want to go back home because your folks gonna whoop on you, and
Hey,
she'll
Mac J,
start
Mac,
thinking that shit like
I don't
I
Right.
think
really want to go home,
Mac
but this
J,
nigga
Mac
might
J,
be right. You
you
know what I'm
boy,
saying?
you hit it, man. Hey, when who was it that asked fucking what's that bum ass nigga name? Who was it that asked True? Yo, why is it that when Carbonation members leave, they leave homeless? They don't leave homeless. What are you talking about? That's nigga. You
Yep.
just have Aaliyah going back home, and like I just said, you're making her talk shit to the people, the only people that are gonna have her fucking back.
Right.
What the fuck you think she about to come home to, bruh?
After she done got you $30,000, she going home with
okay.
Nigga.
nothing. Don't
First of
forget that
all,
part.
Malia don't have to do nothing but go to down to the Department of Social Service Welfare and Malia and tell them that she done been in a damn coat, and I can guarantee you she'll have an apartment. They'll try to help her get her baby back from her sister and them, and they will send her through the right thing. Malia is just the one that's gotta want this stuff.
Yeah, she
Exactly.
don't
Especially
got
if and she
to.
slide down. Shit, she has.
Furthermore,
I,
I think her son is better off without her, and she need to focus on getting herself together
But
before she
that's
I
the
don't
worry
want
thing.
to.
about
I
even
don't want to
before she
backtrack,
worry
but
about getting
And
him
help
back.
her
She
build that
need to get
relationship
herself
back.
together.
I
That's
don't
the
want to
Thank
thing,
you.
though.
backtrack. But about this baby passing. Now, excuse me, sorry, this demon passing.
Damn.
Now, now, what's weird to me is I've been hearing they went to a hospital. Didn't the Kulu call the hospitals and none of them niggas spoke English?
They didn't go
And
to
none
no
of
hospital.
it, well,
They didn't go to no hospital. They didn't go to no hospital. Like I know Nature Boy's a liar, but for some
Oh yeah,
reason,
like I said,
when he
the
ran
cool
off at
called.
his
No one
mouth
spoke English,
and said what
and
he
no one
said,
in fucking carbonation can translate Spanish. Not
yeah.
anymore. After they kicked homeboy out. So what are you talking about, Nature
And
Boy?
when we
Did
had
you?
that,
Man,
when
I
we had
think
that
some
conversation, and he ran off his mouth and said what he said, as much as a liar, I know he's a liar, but I believe that he accidentally for a second because of that liquor he fucking told the truth, and that's the reason why he was like,
hmm
oh, go ahead and look stupid, go run and tell world so you can look
Yep.
stupid when we present the baby. He just didn't want me to say anything, and I know he feel like he fucked up, so I don't believe they went to no hospital at all. I believe they delivered that baby, and that baby was dead, period, because they didn't know what the fuck they was doing.
That's that B
That's
He
six
true.
said
side.
that out his mouth. The umbilical cord was wrapped around the baby's neck. He said, that's Zoka fucking fault. You supposed to tell us if you don't feel the baby moving. He was like, right or wrong, right or wrong. He kept saying it over and over.
I think they had
And finally I
seven
hung up.
because since ain't she the
The
one who got
baby
all,
was
all them kids?
the baby was born far before Seven even got there though. That video shoot was the day after Christmas. That's the
Mm.
day Zoka say she went into labor. Seven didn't get
Wow.
there till far after that. And I spoke to him the day, me and my mother spoke to him the day after Christmas.
Mm.
Wow.
So,
So
breaking
this is not
And
hearsay.
then
news.
that
This is
nigga
not
try to act like
hearsay.
he don't
This
know
is
who
from
you
his
was and
mouth
shit.
into my ears. Right. I don't know you, but I got your name. Say another candy. What? Shut the
Breaking
fuck up, nigga.
news.
That's my name. My name is Candy. Why you got my name saying another candy if you don't know me? Stupid ass nigga. Why you trying to pay me to act like I don't know you if you don't know me, motherfucker? You trying to pay me on an IOU. I'm gonna pay you when I get my stimulus. Nigga, how you trying to bribe me? You ain't even got the money right now.
Bribing
Fuck
you with
you,
the
nature
stimulus,
boy.
with the Babylon stimulus check.
Oh man,
With the
that nigga was
Babylon
fiend.
stimulus
He
check,
was
yes he
fiending
did.
with that Babylon check with what's that girl's name? The one girl that went to that tried to go to Prince Newark and she got the fucking STDs and shit.
Okay.
Y'all
Nefertiti.
don't.
What's
So
her
Yeah,
here,
name?
here,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's the girl who
Laverne,
Nefertiti.
coochie was swollen
Laverne,
shut.
Yeah,
gaming
that nigga was
unemployment in
fiending for her.
California.
Yeah, he was fiending
Yep.
for her check hard as shit.
Yep,
Mm.
that's the girl who coochie was swollen shut. Yep, and I
Damn.
think his boy, his lover that used to send him money every month, I think that something happened where he either slowed up or something because
Mm.
of the publicity and shit that Nature Boy is getting.
Wow.
Because one conversation we had, he was really, really irate about that, and he was actually talking about like murdering all his ops. He was really, really upset. And he was like, these niggas coming in between my money, and then they fucking bothering Mike and his family. And he's a
Nigga
good
is
guy.
sluggerlicious.
He's a
Man,
smart guy. He
that
I
read
nigga
a
couldn't
got
even
thousand
pick up
books a
white boy
year.
Mike's gun and hold it correctly.
Yeah.
Right. She said that
I was
shit
just about to
swollen
say something about
shut.
Mike.
God
Y'all need to
damn.
shut
He told me
Mike
that.
up.
He told me, he said
Who
Mike
just
read a
said
thousand
that?
books a year, and they trying to fuck with his money, and that was fucking with Nature Boy money. So I don't know if they need to stop paying him or if it's slowing up, but they not getting it like they was before. That money he
Mm.
was getting from his white lover, that was a lot of, like that was what
Yeah, the
made
Mike
him
Brown
feel a
dude or
lot of the
whatever.
power that he had.
That's what
But
World had
now
said. World said that nigga was paying that nigga and keeping him straight.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that shit slowed up. Something going on with that because one night I talked to him and he was so irate. He was like falling apart about that shit. So I do know, I don't know if it slowed up, it stopped or what, but he's not feeling the publicity that Nature Boy is getting. He was
Mike
talking about
gonna,
killing his ops and everything. He was
Mike gonna
mad.
get your ass candy.
I don't give a fuck. Mike,
Mike
you
gonna get
already
your ass
know.
against his
You know
damn
Griff,
woman.
Damon Chapman, fuck with me, nigga. We from the hood, fuck with me, nigga.
You had him
I told
Eric
y'all
Bajis
Candy the
on and
reason
shit.
why Babaji is fucking nuts.
Shit, Big
Bullet that
Mike, you
fucking
know,
man
you
all
know
his
Big
life.
Cody,
Look at
you
you.
know Big Cody,
What you
motherfucking
did?
Asbury Park, New Jersey. Fuck
Right.
with me. I don't give a fuck.
He want his dollar back, Candy. You better give him his dollar
Look
back.
what the fuck you look what the fuck you caused the world.
Mm.
You took his dollar. He big
Like I
I'm
mad.
just
told
saying he a
Truly,
fucking mess though,
And you
and
told
fuck
us he
like
didn't
him.
know how to ride a bike. That
Could have
man
just
is
let that
pissed.
man peel
No,
himself
wait,
in
did y'all
peace.
see the live I did when
How the
I
fuck
said
you
it to
gonna
him?
tell him I don't know how to ride a bike?
Did y'all see the live I did when he was trying to like he don't know me? And I said, you
Baba,
remember?
Baba
I said,
J
remember
is
you was the only one
bottom
that couldn't
bitch,
ride a bike?
girl.
He was like, I
He was
do know how to ride a bike.
he
I've
that
been
been
nigga
knowing
like
Nature
how to
that
Boy,
ride
for
a bike.
now.
Y'all
That's
been
that nigga
triggering this
Nature Boy
man.
look
yeah.
just
That's
like
all the fucking
that.
time. You ain't have to
That
tell
nigga
him I ain't
Nature
know how to
Boy
ride
look
no
just
bike.
like Radio when he first ride a bike.
No, he could not ride a bike, y'all. Listen, when I tell y'all I am not Yo,
Out of
God
all the
can
I'm
shit you
strike
could
doing
have
me
it.
said,
down
I'm
right
doing it.
now. That's my wording. God can strike me
out of
down right
all the
now
shit
if
you
I'm
could have
lying.
said,
That boy cannot ride a
Oh,
bike and he could not read out loud. That's
man,
my
he
Damn.
said
wording,
when
bomb.
he saw that live and you said he couldn't ride the bike, he probably threw him a big fucking
Man,
room.
What?
Fuck
No,
you
that
I
nigga.
did.
I
hopped
can
on
ride a
his
bike.
piano
That
one
boy
day.
went to fight in the air.
I
I
hopped on
can
his
ride a
piano one
bike.
day and he was trying to act like he don't know me. And I was like, nigga, you know me. I said, remember you was the only one in the hood that couldn't ride the bike? And he was like, I been knew how to
Oh,
ride a bike. I been knew how
Oh,
to ride a motherfucking bike. I was
that was
like, nigga,
it.
you lying.
Then the nigga
That
can't
was
read
it.
out loud. He all like Mary had a little
you know he got to put his finger. He got to put his finger
You
on
shouldn't
that
the
have
on the
said
nigga,
that.
word.
You shouldn't have said
Bob,
nothing about
Bob,
the
Bob,
bike. You should
How
have
dare
said.
you tell him I
You
can't
should
ride
have
the
said.
bike?
Babalula,
Don't be acting like you don't know me. You remember I used to be
Babalula,
saying. I used to be talking about
Yo,
Bob,
your
Bob,
hips.
Shit,
Lou,
I learned how
Lou,
to ride a bike when I was 13.
Baloo.
that
I
nigga
still
used
learn
to
how to
be
ride a
outside.
bike.
He used to be outside. He used to be like, I hate them. I hate them. And
Candy,
like,
you
it's
said
not
the wrong
lotion in
thing
their
about the
soap.
fight.
That
You should
nigga,
have told him. You should have
Hey,
said, you know me, motherfucker. I used to be picking at your hips all the time.
hey,
Gonna
hey,
be.
That
if he go
yo,
working back to the strip club, he could come out on a bike playing that song.
we
Love.
used to steal his Pokemon cards. We used to steal his dollars and shit. He's a bitch ass nigga.
He gonna be riding a unicycle.
He gonna come out there on a bike. See, I told y'all I could ride a bike.
What a
Yo,
thought, though.
he probably practicing right now so he could shit on you. But look, Nature Boy, if you do learn, nigga, if you knew how to ride a bike, you would have been showed us. So I don't give
that
a
nigga ain't
fuck.
know how to ride
Let
no
He
them
gonna come
fucking
out
bitches.
the
bike.
bushes.
That nigga,
He gonna
that
come
nigga be
riding down the
fucking
He's
kicking.
mountain.
practicing right
That nigga
now,
be
yo.
kicking concrete with his fucking skateboard and shit. Fuck no.
No, he used to
Told
be
y'all I could
digging the
ride a
dirt up
bike.
with them feet. Yo, he would get mad and he would just kick the fence because that's how he used to. His brother used to be hanging on the fence. You know how it is when you lean your arms against the top and you kind of got like your butt hanging out. You know, just leaning against the fence. He'll dig them leather feet. He'll kick that bitch 100 times back to back,
Oh,
like just mad because he wasn't involved in the conversation. Nigga, you're
toughening up his
creepy.
talons.
Like we don't want to talk
Toughening
about
his
dick.
that
nuts.
Like
Ah.
right? Like at
nigga,
this point, we
That nigga
still
was
was thinking
sharpening his
boys had
claws.
cooties. We still was thinking boys had cooties.
that
Like we don't
nigga
want to
was
hear
trying to
about
say
dick.
planted. Fuck.
Hulk
Them
smash
fucking
feet.
scarecrow feet and shit. You know what I'm
Hulk
saying? Like,
Facts,
what
smash
the
real
feet.
fuck,
fucking
nigga?
weirdo. Word up. Then a nigga just disappear. We like Leo, where Eli go? What's up with Eli? He like, bro, they
He
done
was in
locked
the
my
hospital
brother
riding
up.
a bike.
No, he was like, he said, bro, they done locked my brother up. We like, word. What the fuck? I
Good.
said,
Thank
no.
God.
So look. Then I
Good
come back.
riddance.
I said, well, Paula said he ain't even see him up in there though. He not even in YDC. Where what county he in? Cause you know we. I mean, I'm from the hood, y'all. I had a couple friends in there, and he was like, oh nah, he not in YDC. He in Virginia. So we like, oh okay. Couple days later, a little more come out. This nigga in a goddamn criminally insane institution. We was like, what?
You know what?
Now,
No.
now
You know what I
Candy,
think
now
solved all
Candy,
of
now
this?
Candy. He
This
did
was like a
say
whole
that
year
while
after he got found
Candy.
assaulting that girl. It was like a
he
whole
did
year
say
later.
while he was at the mental institution, they loved him for his brain. Okay, so
Oh, he
he
said
did
that.
he. Oh
Mm.
yeah, oh yeah. You didn't hear that? Yeah, he was like somebody
Mm-mm.
asked him about his mental institution or his being in jail shit. He was like, yeah, well, when I was in the mental institution, they didn't teach me. They didn't they didn't treat me like one of their patients. They actually treat me like a regular person because they were so
Oh yeah,
infatuated
he
with my
tried.
brain.
That's right. He
Yeah.
tried to say he was the only one not on medicine, but that's a lie.
No, he
He
Nigga
was
was
must
in
have
a
was
locked up
trying
in
to
padded
that.
say
room and
he
shit.
was
He was
I
getting
on
think
raped in
medicine.
there or
And
something.
furthermore, when he got out of that bitch, he had a full blown man. Now I don't know if he met the man while he was locked up or what, because when he got out, now mind you, when he got out, he was about 19. So this the years when we, y'all got to remember we probably
Straight
well, my
jackets
grandma
wearing
lived in
ass nigga.
Willingsboro, but I'm from Long Branch, Asbury Park, which is the hood. So at this year we partying and shit, and he just popped out with a whole lover. You understand? It was like he hopped out the mental institution with a full grown ass, rich ass man. This man pulled up to the bodega and got his
that's
get
how
what
he got
y'all want.
discharged.
But Baji didn't know that was a figure of speech.
That nigga was the
He didn't
original
know.
woman. He's the
Like
original.
I'm
you
just
give
saying,
good
I'm just
brain.
saying when he
You
got up
like
out that jail,
I
he
think
had him a rich man.
That
Okay.
what solved
was
all of this.
the original pretty woman. Oh, I love.
That
This guy was the
He's
first guy
something.
that
He's
I ever
out of
seen.
his damn
He
hip.
was the first guy I ever seen that had a like. This was the first Maserati I ever seen in person. Like this was a rich man, and MB when he was sober, that was his mentor and his homie. But when he was drunk, let
nigga
me
was
tell you,
getting wine
that's
and
when you'll
dine
see
and
his
shit.
hand grab his
Yeah.
waist, and you'll see him dancing on him, and that's when
That
you'll
Lips,
see
nigga,
tips,
them
and
like
hips.
kiss and shit
that
like
Nobody
that.
rides for
At the
free.
stripper
Yep.
days.
nigga pulled up. That nigga Mr. Pope pulled up was like, let me take you on a night on the town, young lady.
That was the
Yep.
beginning of his stripper
And
days.
Leo was cool with it because as long as Leo was helping his brother do his thing and keep his secrets or whatever, Leo was getting paid.
Oh
And
my
at the time,
God.
Leo was on them. Leo was getting high at the time, so that's one thing about Leo I don't trust. Like I listened to his interview, and he said a couple truthful things, but I seen him kind of deflect from some things as well. He was always a storyteller too, but and I'm not.
Hell
He's straight
yeah.
now. I know he's not on drugs anymore, but I'm just saying at the time when we was partying and shit, he was a little out there like that.
I think
So
all
yeah.
those dollars y'all took from him, y'all need to give him back and he'll be all right.
Fuck that
I'm
nigga.
gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna never ever trust a straight man that done had a dick in his mouth.
You
Exactly.
ain't no straight
It ain't
man
no
if you
it
had
ain't
no
no
dick in your mouth.
exactly. It ain't
Ain't
no
no
coming
such
back from
thing.
that shit
Oh
ever.
shit.
Exactly. I
Ain't no
ain't
such
never
thing.
trust no damn straight man. Call himself a straight man when done had a dick in his mouth. What?
Yeah, that
I
was his
can't I
lover.
can't trust one who can't admit the shit.
And
That's
Right.
then
my
this the
thing.
thing.
Bruh, that's
I
why
mean,
be
this
The
killing
fact
man
me
you
told
like
us
can't
these
dating
just
him though.
stand
so-called
on the
real
shit.
niggas,
He
these
admitted that
so-called
shit.
real niggas on his
How can
panel,
you
like,
say
No, you
straight
ain't
in
living
your
like
mouth at
that
the
though.
same
You
time?
really want to be a
bruh.
Right.
trend. Like you
And then
really
you
want to put on a
preaching.
wig.
Right. And then you preaching to us, oh, y'all working for the white man. Y'all working for the white man. Nigga, I done seen you do a cheap ass low budget porn with one. I done seen you in a whole
Oh.
relationship with
You
one.
know how
So
many
who knows how
videos
other
World
many white
So,
folks
played and
thinking.
this
So
nigga
you mean to tell me
said, nah, I don't do that.
I can't work for the white man, but you could beg for some of my money. I
nigga, you
can't work for the
standing
white man,
right
but
there.
the white man could put a fist up your ass. What
It's
Oh.
fuck
like
you?
he prep us for the shit, but then he gets scared, so he back
That
out. He
nigga
back out.
been fisting. That's what they call it in the gay community, fisting. He been fisting.
Oh.
Ew. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm
Nah,
Uh-uh.
Let me
nah,
tell you something.
that
Let me
nigga
tell
been
you
pegged.
something.
That nigga been
Them
pegged.
them men
Mm-mm-mm.
over there, them men over there act just like gay men.
She
I
said
just start
fisting.
enjoying a little thumb in my butt. A whole fist?
That
Oh
nigga,
Lord,
Damn.
no.
Right.
that
Uh-uh.
nigga stole it like, oh, I'm glad that baby gone. Now I got more time for you, Baba G.
Shit, I'm 50 and I ain't never even had. Well, let me not
Mm-mm.
gonna tell that
Mm-mm.
She had
lie.
to think about it.
I done
She had to
tried
think
it. I
about
done
it.
had
I
the
ain't
two
hit that
I
level
mean,
yet.
I just started
and I
paying little
about jumped
thumbs
to
in
the
my butt and
sea.
stuff, and that's
Oh
all right. But
man.
a whole
I
fist?
haven't hit that level
Lord
of life
Jesus.
yet.
That nigga over there
Still in my
fisting.
20s. I got
A
time to
Oh,
whole
get
Good on
there.
you.
fist?
The nigga that balled
He's
up their
so mad
fist
he
and
don't got
stuck it
no
up his
pussy.
asshole,
I'm
man.
telling you, I
God
think Belt
damn.
done
And
that to
then
him.
listen, so y'all, like, look, growing up, right? We always thought out of all of the kids that Leo and Eli were blood brothers, but I just found out that they're not even related at all.
But they
And
Mm.
look alike. They look
Eli
alike.
doesn't even know. Okay, so Eli, he knows that he's a crack baby from the
Oh,
time that he has spent in the hospital, but I don't even think he was born in the hospital because he doesn't even know his parents at all. And him and Leo are not even biological brothers at all. They're not related at all. And I didn't even
Wow.
know this shit until all the time, all the while growing up, we always thought that they were blood brothers. They were only two that were
How they
related.
look alike?
Turned out, but they're not. No, they're not related at all. And
Wow.
actually,
Mm.
Eli doesn't even know if his mom is alive or
Damn.
dead.
Them
And I don't
motherfuckers
even
look
think
like
I
twins.
don't even think he was born in a hospital because the bishops don't even know.
Wow.
The bishops don't even know what mother he came
That nigga
from.
was
So
hatched.
he couldn't have been
Yeah,
born
I
in
was
a
just about to say
hospital.
the same thing. Them niggas got hatched out of some eggs or some shit.
Well, no,
An
because Leo,
experiment
No.
gone
don't say that because
terrible.
Leo do know who his family is. Leo, he has a family, he has a dad's side, and he does know his people. So I ain't gonna say they, but Eli was probably hatched. Eli was probably made by the same experts that said it's
Yeah, that
normal
nigga
for a
was
fucking
dropped off by a
2-year-old to
stork.
masturbate. Facts.
That nigga
He
come
told
out
me
of
he got
somebody's got a pussy.
Dead on his
facts.
head.
Yeah, cause
That nigga a little
Annie
shit
said
baby.
Annie told me that they don't even know. Little Annie told me they don't
Nigga
even
dropped out
know
the
who
sky
his
like,
mom
oops.
is, his dad, or none of that. And Leo family is originally from New York, and that's probably why he latched onto New York. But he doesn't even know at all. Like
Yeah, he
he
related to
he couldn't
LL
even
Cool
go
J.
to the
That's his uncle,
adoption
ain't
agency to
Man,
find his
man,
parents. They
listen,
don't know.
loyal. I know you taking dick right now from Babaji, so listen up right now, okay? Pull the dick out your ass for a second. Tell your boss, your chief, whatever. Let's do a Wagner Projects challenge. Let's see this nigga go to Wagner Projects
that
and
I
nigga
will
walk
not
through
meet
from
the
him
hood
Wagner.
like
there.
he good,
And
bro.
actually
You
talk to
gonna you
people.
gonna
Tell him I
be
will
a
meet him
Matt, you
there.
gonna
Donators,
Be in
be
the
donators,
in the
donate to
building.
get this nigga
Matt,
a
your
fight
ass is gonna
over
be a
there,
real puppy when you
and
find
let.
out that loyal is the top.
Yo, I
Your
will
ass
meet
gonna be
him
looking
in
stupid
Wagner
when you find
Projects,
out
bro.
loyal is the
I'm
goddamn top.
serious. Let's do a
Loyal's
Ragnar
man.
Projects challenge. Nature Boy, go to Ragnar Projects, tour us
Nobody know him
around.
from Wagner, bro.
Show us when you was in your lower
Right.
self, my guy, and I will shut the fuck up for it. I'll be like, damn, this nigga real hard body.
Facts. That
Like,
nigga
that's
Yeah.
never
all it
spent
is.
no time in Camden. The only reason why he claimed Camden is because my grandma is the one that lived in Willingboro, not my mom. And he knows that we used to come from Camden. So everything that he knows about Camden is what we told him. That nigga ain't from no hood at all.
Nah. That
Period.
nigga, and he definitely ain't from Wagner. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely
nobody
And
over
we
there
not.
done
know
seen your
him.
yearbook,
I know a
nigga.
guy that live
You
over there right
run all
now.
them
He not
yearbooks.
from there, but nobody
Yo,
know Nature Boy as far as growing up over there. He
right.
never went to none of the public schools over there. He never did none of that shit.
None of it. And let me tell
He
you
not
something
from
about them
Harlem.
projects, bro. If you don't know nobody out there, you're not just going out that bitch. Fuck
Where
out of
was
Facts.
his
here.
barber shop in New York?
Facts.
Didn't he have a barber shop in New York?
No, he had a barbershop in Atlanta that really wasn't even really his. But whatever. I mean, I guess it was his, but Nature Boy worked for that shit. That white man tried to give him an opportunity and he fucked up because he don't know
And
how
he
to
say
manage money.
he
He's
had a
never known how to
barbershop in
manage money.
Indiana or some shit too.
Mac
He
J, correct
always
me.
been terrible at managing money.
Hey, Mac J, correct me if I'm wrong. Malcolm X was a pimp, a hustler, a drug dealer, and low. I don't think a con artist, but he was most of those things, right? And then he
Right.
turned over into becoming Malcolm X. Nature Boy. He's been in a
Right.
mental institution. He's done gay porn. He has stripped.
Right.
He has had sex with multiple she-males or whatnot, and also has a history of smearing shit on the wall. And he became
Oh,
Nature Boy. So
right.
how is those two? You know, because he always says, "Yeah, I'm Baba GX." Like, how are those two
Man, he
Listen,
ain't
things?
none of that shit.
listen, y'all. If
He
you
just
grow
the
up,
original fuck
listen.
nigga. That's
If
all he
you
is.
grow up, if you grow up in a white family, right? And y'all gotta understand. You already know how white people are. They put everything in the books and told us it was illegal for us to read for a reason. So you gotta imagine you're being raised by these white folks. They're not really telling you who you are or what you are. So you grow up in this mental institution watching these movies. Every single movie you see that is black oriented, you latch on to Antoine Fisher. Y'all notice his story is similar to Antoine. I'm not even trying to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
funny. I'm just
Real
saying
shit though. You
all of
hitting
his
it.
favorites.
You
Look,
ain't
Yeah.
lying.
DMX, the same nigga that he used to claim was his uncle when we were children. Look at
Shit, that's
that.
my uncle. What he mean?
Another personality to his, like the LL Cool J nigga. I don't know why he used to say that was his uncle. Like these,
That
he is a
nigga
fucking
want to be from Queens.
Cause he had
right.
uncles.
He's a fucking weirdo. So you
Didn't
gotta
this nigga
think
claim
like this
Brooklyn at
man
one
was
time?
raised by
And
white
he
folk.
wanna talk
So
like he watched Dame Dash all day or something.
right.
Real
And people
men.
got to
Cause
understand he's
real
a late
men.
bloomer. We grew up in black households, so we knew how powerful our melanin was. We knew what that shit was about. He don't know none of that shit. He's just now like having some kind of enlightenment. So now he thinks he's a god. But this is shit to us that's like shit our grandmommy taught us because our grandma was,
Stupid.
you know what I mean? We looking at our black ass big mama cooking in the
Yeah,
kitchen,
he
teaching
always
us
try to
how this
talk
shit
that I
go.
grew up around real niggas and all I did
Right?
is come up
Like
We didn't
we
grow
around
up
all
real
just
around none of
seen
men
that.
and
Dame
real
Dash
niggas. No, you
interview
didn't,
at the
man.
Breakfast Club. Like,
He
come
grew
on,
up with white
nigga.
folks. He
What the
grew up
fuck?
with white folks. You gotta understand them white folks ain't teach him about shit. And then he don't know who his people are. And I see somebody in the comments say, I believe that's his real brother. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. That is not his real brother. I grew up with him personally. I'm not on here clout chasing. None of that shit. That is not his real brother. And if it is, MB, I guarantee you that boy ain't got no fucking birth certificate. Why you think his birthday always changing? What grown man you know go from a tourist to a fucking Aquarius? A nigga who don't know
What
themselves.
Nah,
He
BB
fucking
ain't
ain't
no
grown
That's his
man
new
keep
Aquarius.
up with
chart.
that
That's his
shit?
new
He
chart.
ain't no Aquarius.
Yeah, that's it. That is eighth moon in the stars above the
I'm
sun,
sorry.
Right.
and
My
Why
12th
you
house
think
in
his
hell.
brother know his birth name and Eli don't? If that was the case, they both would be Covingtons. They're not. Leo is a Covington. What is Bishop? He doesn't fucking know. He don't know. His
Mm.
mama probably done laid him somewhere in some crack house and somebody just done snatched, took him to the hospital. He
That
knows
nigga
he's
was
a
an
crack
experiment.
baby. Now that crack baby shit is true because of the hospital records. But a mother is not on file. You're not gonna tell me that a lady had a baby in the hospital. They would at least know who his mother is, whether she was missing or not. He wasn't born in no hospital. That's probably why he's over there doing the shit he doing now. Feeling like you don't
Born
need
in
a
the
hospital to be
bathroom
born in.
stall.
I
Some
wasn't
Brenda
born in no
Tanner baby
hospital.
shit.
I'm here. I'm fine. If you elite, if that baby is elite, that baby will be fine. I wasn't born in a hospital. Look at me. It makes sense. Think about it. How he doing Zoka baby. How that nigga don't
Bruh.
know who his mom is? You mean to tell me his mother had him in
He
a hospital
always
because they don't
wants
even know
somebody to
her
suffer like
name?
him. Oh, dirty bitch.
Think about it, y'all. For real. Whoever said they
That
believe
nigga
him
a
and Leo
hoe.
are real brothers, they are not.
That
They're
nigga a
not
straight
real
hoe.
brothers.
mm,
They are
mm.
not. Leo's birth name is Covington.
Your
You
name
tell me
is
what Bishop birth.
Covington?
You tell me what Bishop
Boy.
birth name is. Yep, my last name is Coven. That's why I'll never forget his last name. I don't even know nobody else with that last name but them. He has a sister that passed away recently. That's not Eli's family. Eli doesn't know who the fuck he is or who his family is. That's why he told us